Hey, what's up everyone? This is Jerry from the StogieReview.com bringing another video cigar review. Been away a little bit working on you got the audio reviews from the Stogie voice, and I thought it was time to get back to doing a video too. It might look a little different here. I'm actually recording this on my MacBook, the built-in iSight camera on my MacBook. See how that goes. I realized that I didn't have the right firewire cable to hook my camcorder up here. I had a 4 to 4, a 4 pin to a 4 pin, and I need a 4 to 6 pin cable. So it looks like something I had to add to the shopping list. But I'm back doing videos. Thanks for everyone for the kind words about the Stogie voice. That seems to be doing pretty well. People seem to be enjoying that. But there's nothing like a good old-fashioned video to keep things moving. And today I am bringing you the Bolivar Cofradia. This is the Cuban Corona size. It comes in at 5.62 inches long with a 42-inch ring gauge, 46, 42, somewhere around there. I think it's a, let me go back to another screen here and I'll tell you, a 46-inch ring gauge here. And now, in one of the previous episodes of the Stogie Voice, I talked about how we reviewed the Dominican Bolivar, and I mentioned the Cofradia in that review, and I got a few questions about what's the difference, blah blah blah. Basically, this is a Honduran version, a Honduran Bolivar, whereas the other one's a Dominican one. These are both are produced by General Cigars. These used to be, you can only get them through JR Cigars, but doing a quick search, you can pretty much find them almost anywhere. But these are made in Honduras. They feature this one at least features a Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper with a Connecticut binder and a mix of Honduran and Nicaraguan filler. These are available in many different shapes and sizes. There also features, there's also a Connecticut broadleaf Maduro version of this, as well as a very tasty sun-ripened Oscuro version of this as well. That's always a big hit. But this is the Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. Like I said, Cuban Corona size. This is one of the cigars that I refer to as an old standby, and I'll get a little later on. I'll get into that between what my old standbys are and compared to new standbys. But I'm gonna take a quick break here and come back and we'll light my cigar and see where this goes. So stay tuned. All right. I am back. As you see, I went ahead and cut and lit my Bolivar Cofradia. Now, in the beginning, I talked about how these are one of my old standbys, and having not a lot of time like I used to sit back and smoke and review cigars, I've started to really appreciate. I want to make sure when I do smoke, I smoke something I like, and so I'm starting to classify. If you look at my humidor now, things are classified as old standbys, new standbys, and things I want to try. And the things I want to try, the new things I want to try, is a lot smaller than any of the other two piles there. And this is one of the old standbys. And by old standbys, I mean cigars that have been around for a few years. Let's say 5 years. I mean the Bolivar Cofradias came out in 2001. They were known as the Forte to begin with, and then a few years back they changed it to the Bolivar Cofradia. I'm not sure why. There was no blend change. At least that's what the people at JR's tell me. But it's an old standby. It's one of those cigars that, I don't feel like dicking around with anything new. I just want something I know I'm going to like, I know I'm going to enjoy. And the Bolivar Cofradia is one of those, along with a couple others. Would be the Partagas Black, the Partagas No. 8 Maduro, the Rocky Patel Vintage 90. So those are some of what I consider old standby cigars that I know I could pull anyone out of my humidor and enjoy it, and I'll like it. Part of the new standbys would be things like the Series JJ. Would be cigars that have been around for only a few years, maybe less than a year. Things like the Series JJ by Don Pepin Garcia, the Maduro, the Nacho wrappers, the Tatuaje Series P. Those are the two that mainly come to mind. Maybe the Partagas Black. I'm not sure exactly how long they've been around, but maybe they fit in in the new standby list. But that's how I consider what I consider Bolivar Cofradia as as an old standby, one of the cigars that I know I'm gonna get every single time. I get a consistent burn. I'm gonna get a consistent flavor profile out of it. Just consistency is the name of the game. The old standby. I know and more importantly, I know I'm gonna like it. But so far so good. Early on, you get a nice a little spicy taste to it, kind of a spicy, peppery taste that gets your attention here. And now it's starting to turn into like a more of a silky, earthy type tobacco taste here. So far so good. It's been great. Like I said, these are much more enjoyable, at least for me, than the Bolivar Dominicans, the Dominican Bolivar that I smoked in the Stogie voice. So with that, I'm gonna sit back a little while longer, and I'm gonna smoke my Bolivar Cofradia. We'll come back. We'll talk a little football. I'll bring you guys up to date on Stogie Bowl 2007, and see what else is going on in the world of Stogie review. So hang tight and stay tuned, and I'll be back in a bit. All right, I am back. So yeah, I'm about halfway with my Bolivar Cofradia, the Cuban Corona size. It's going pretty well. You know, like I said earlier, it starts off with a little spiciness up front, kind of grabs your attention. Now it kind of mellows out a little bit here to kind of like a silky natural tobacco taste to it, and now it's actually turning to more of a silky cocoa taste, a little bit of cocoa taste actually. That's not the predominant flavor. The predominant flavor is like a natural, rich tobacco taste here, silky smooth though, and it's burning great. I mean, so far no construction issues. You know, it's burning really straight. Excuse the noise here. I'm talking to a few people on IM here. That was the little notification. I'm using the little. I'm on a Mac now, so yeah, all these different sounds are a little different to me, you know, than being on a Windows notebook. Anyways, but everything's going well. It's burning straight, burning even. You know, really nice even draw. It's one of those cigars. If you listen to Dog Watch Social Club a lot, Dog Watch Social Club Cigar Radio a lot, you know, they say cigars that are full-bodied, not full-bodied, that are full on flavor, but not really full-bodied, more of a medium body, but full on flavor. And that's kind of what this cigar is. It's not really a powerhouse, I don't think, but it's full of flavor. It's packed with flavors, and it's just like I said, been saying earlier all along. It's one of my old standby. So a little update here. Stogie Bowl 2007 is going really well here. I know I had some delays with shipping some of the 5-pack winners off, but it looks like people are starting to get their winnings here. We just had during week 6, we just had our first repeat winner, so that's pretty interesting here. You know, I started out doing really well, and somewhere along the way, one of the weeks I must have tanked and did a crappy job picking my gains, because, you know, I went from being, you know, in first place to I think I'm tied with like 4 other people for 8th place right now. It's just so depressing. I jinxed myself when I was talking the trash, saying the cream always rises to the top, and after that it's been downhill. So who knows? But yeah, you know, a lot of people emailed me and want to know if they can still get in, but unfortunately, it's you know, I can only the maximum people you can have in any league is 50 people. And we're already at that, and but you know, stay tuned. I'm trying to work out some deals here and work out something, so we have some prizes coming up for March Madness for NCAA for college basketball. So I don't know what else. What else is going on in Stogie review land? Not much. You know, Walt and I are starting to plan out and see when we're going to record your questions, my answers, for episode 21. Be sure to try to give Walt a call here and answer my questions, your answers. You know, what question would you ask? I think the question is, if you could sit down with any cigar family, who would it be and what questions would you ask? That's the gist of it here. So, yeah, but I'm going to sit back a little bit, enjoy the rest of my cigar, and I'll come back and close out the video. So, stay tuned. Alright, I am back. Getting to the final third of my cigar here. It's getting a little bit noisier. Kids are starting to come home from school, so I wanted to come back and close out the video before the noise picked up with the kids running around from school and everything like that. But yeah, like I've said all along throughout the video, this is an old standby of mine. I haven't had one of these that I've been disappointed by. Some of the bigger range cigars, bigger range of cigars in the size, I felt kind of like overpowered from. But the Cuban Corona size, these smaller ring gauge cigars, size of the cigar, it seems to be a perfect fit for me. It's not overpowering. It's full of flavors. A nice medium, maybe it's more on the medium side than the full side, but it is close to that full side. But it's mainly, I'd say, a medium to full bodied cigar. Flavor profile, like I said, you start off with that spiciness up front. It kind of mellows out a bit to a natural tobacco, earthy flavor. A little bit of cocoa mixed in there, in the middle there. And then now towards here, it's getting back to that earthy base of it, giving off a nice floral aroma to it, and picking up that initial spice again towards the end. And here in the final third, it's a great cigar. Like I said, 70. For the Cuban Corona size, so you're looking at $70 for a box of 25. That comes out to $2 and change, $2 or something, close to less than $3 per cigar. I mean, you can't beat that value with this cigar. So with that, I'm going to close out this video. One of the questions I received a lot was how often I'm going to do videos and how often am I going to do the Stogie voice. I really don't know. I'm going to try and keep it 2 to 1 every 2 Stogie voices I do. I'm going to do one video. It might be 1 to 1. Who knows? But I like doing both, and been receiving a lot of good feedback for the Stogie voice, and I can still continue to receive feedback from those loyal to the video. So I'm just trying to do something, do everything that appeals to all of our viewers, all our listeners, all of our watchers. So but with that guys, I hope you enjoy your weekend. Look for your questions, my answers, episode 21 coming up sometime this weekend. So until next time, as always folks, long ashes.